Welcome to today's English listening story. This is a Level 3 English story called The Heart That Stayed. Vocabulary Preview. Before we begin today's story, here are a few words you will hear. Loyalty. Staying true to someone even in hard times. Endure. To keep going or stay strong through difficulties. Patience. Waiting calmly without giving up. Faithfulness. Being reliable, caring, and true to others. Trust. Believing in someone and feeling safe with them. Now that you know the key words, let's begin our story. My name is Emma. I am 24 years old. I work as a housemaid, caring for children who are not my own. I never imagined that my life would change so completely because of loyalty and love. The family I worked for was once wealthy. Their father, Mr. Jameson, was a kind man, proud, hard-working. He had a wife, Claire, and 2 children, Alex and Sophie. I had worked in their home for 3 years. I loved those children as if they were my own. I cared for them. I comforted them. I stayed with them through everything. Then, everything fell apart. Mr. Jameson's businesses failed. Slowly, silently, his wealth disappeared. Bills piled up, employees left, friends drifted away. And one morning, Claire left. She walked out with only the clothes she had on. She took nothing but her pride. She abandoned the children. Alex and Sophie cried endlessly. They didn't understand why their mother would leave them. I held them close. I fed them. I stayed. I did not leave, not once. I worked harder than ever, smiling when I wanted to scream, cleaning when I wanted to collapse, cooking whatever I could find when the cupboards were nearly empty. I watched Mr. Jameson struggle. I watched his shoulders slump, his smile fade. I didn't judge him. I just helped. I cared for the children. I stayed loyal when no one else did. Months passed. The house felt heavy, with silence, with worry, with despair. There were nights we went to bed hungry, with tears stinging our eyes. But I never left. And slowly, life began to change. Mr. Jameson's businesses recovered. Small successes at first, little hope, growing, until the money returned, stability returned. And one evening, he asked me to sit with him in the living room. "Emma," he said softly, "I don't know how to say this." I looked at him, uncertain. My heart was beating fast. "You stayed," he continued. "You cared. You never left. I love you." I froze. My hands trembled. You love me?" I whispered. "Yes," he said, kneeling in front of me. "I've loved you from the first day you stayed. You cared for my children when no one else would. You stayed when others ran away. That is the heart I want in my life." I didn't know what to say. I had only ever thought of them as my responsibility, never as a bond that would change everything. "You deserve love, Emma," he said. His voice broke. "And I want to give it to you." He reached for my hand. Slowly, I felt something shift inside me. I realized I had grown to love him too, not for his money, not for his position, but for the way he tried, for the way he never gave up, for the way he cared. We talked that night for hours, about life, about the children, about our fears and hopes. He never rushed me. He never demanded my love. He only showed it, patiently, gently, through his actions. Weeks passed. He continued to prove himself, quietly, steadily. He played with Alex and Sophie. He listened when they spoke. He read to them at night, stayed up to comfort them when nightmares came. He never made grand promises. He simply showed up, day after day, proving his loyalty, proving his heart. One rainy afternoon, he took my hand, looking into my eyes with a seriousness that made my chest tighten. "Emma," he said, "will you marry me?" I looked at the children. Their eyes sparkled with hope. I looked at him. His heart, his eyes, his loyalty, all of it spoke to me. "Yes," I whispered, "I will marry you." We celebrated quietly, just the three of us. A new beginning. Sometimes love is tested in ways that seem cruel. Sometimes it waits. Sometimes it hurts. But the heart that stays, the heart that never leaves, that heart finds its reward. Not for wealth, not for status, not for convenience, but for loyalty, for care, for love. Alex and Sophie laughed again. The house was alive, and I realized love is patient, love is kind, love rewards those who stay, those who endure, those who give their hearts even when the world seems cold. It is not an easy love. It is not a perfect love, but it is a love that is real, a love that is lasting, a love built not on fortune, but on faithfulness, courage, and heart. And so, our family began again, slowly, gently, with trust rebuilt, piece by piece, day by day. Love had tested us, and we had survived. And for the first time in a long time, I felt hope, joy, and peace, because the heart that stayed always finds its place. Thank you for listening to this story. If you liked it, please like the video, share it, and subscribe to Story Reading in English channel. Your support helps more stories reach people like you. With every story, our English gets better and our hearts get stronger.